So picture this. The sun's barely up, birds are chirping, coffee's still warm in my hand, and my day should be off to a good start. Except, I can't get my car out of the driveway. Why? Because someone's parked a silver SUV right smack in front of it, blocking me in like I'm on some twisted episode of Candid Camera. And I'll give you one guess whose car it was. That's right, Karen's. She left her shiny HOA president parking pass dangling from the rearview mirror like it was a sheriff's badge. For a second, I thought maybe she'd just stop for a minute, you know? Quick errand. Neighborly mistake. I'm an optimist like that. But nope. Turns out she was over at the pool, stretched out in a lounge chair, sipping lemonade and barking orders at the lifeguard. Real presidential. Her sunglasses and gives me this look, like I'm the inconvenience, not her. Then she goes, I'm the HOA president. I can park wherever I need for official business. Official business? Lady, you run a Facebook group with a checking account, not the CIA. Still, I play nice. I let her know I have to get to work, and what do I get? An eye roll, and you should have planned ahead. For them. But the kicker? She tops it off with, besides, the HOA rules don't say anything about me not parking there. That, right there, was her big mistake, telling me the rules didn't apply to her. So, I take a deep breath, count to 10, and decide I'll wait her out. Give her a chance to be decent. Spoiler, she wasn't. 10 minutes pass, nothing. So I whip out my phone and take pictures, her SUV blocking my driveway, license plate, that HOA pass shining in the sun like a trophy. I even film a little video, full-on documentary style. And here we see the rare Karen in her natural habitat. Some sympathy? Instead, the dispatcher literally chuckles and goes, "You're the 5th person this week with an HOA complaint." So, clearly, Karen's not just my problem. 10 minutes later, squad car pulls up, 2 officers, cool as can be. They take one look at her car, then at me. "She seriously blocked your driveway like this?" one asks. I show them the photos, the video, the works. He just shakes his head. "All right, we'll handle it." The officers walk over to the pool gate and call out her name. Karen comes strutting over like she's at the Oscars, soaking up the spotlight. You'd have thought he accused her of treason, the way she gasped. She starts lecturing them about community standards and property values, until finally, the officer just says, "Ma'am, if you don't move your vehicle, we'll have to tow it." Well, that's when she folds her arms and goes, "Go ahead. You wouldn't dare." Out loud. To the police. The cop gives her one last shot. And when she refuses, he radios for a tow truck. And let me tell you, when that truck rolled up, it was like the universe decided it was time for a little slapstick justice. Neighbors peeking through. Blinds, birds chirping extra loud, and Karen suddenly realizing she'd picked the wrong hill to die on. She runs for her car, yelling, "You can't do this. I'm the HOA president." And the cop, deadpan, just goes, "And I'm the police. Move, please." At that point, she actually jumps in the driver's seat, refusing to get out. So the officer leans in and says, "Ma'am, you're now obstructing a police order. Step out of the vehicle." The way her jaw dropped, you'd think someone told her the HOA doesn't control the weather. She finally gets out, muttering about calling her lawyer. It was like a block party, except the guest of honor was getting towed. She storms over to me, phone in hand, and hisses, "You'll regret this." The HOA doesn't forget. I just smiled and said, "Neither does the law." And honestly, I thought that was the end of it, lesson learned, right? But you know how some folks just can't let things go? Next morning, I find a bright yellow notice taped to my door. HOA letterhead, written by Karen herself, because of course it was. I'd been fined $250 for harassment of an HOA official. I actually laughed so hard I nearly dropped my coffee. Harassment, for calling the police because she broke the law. If Karen wanted a war, she was about to find out I came armed with receipts. I sat down, fired off an email to the whole HOA. Board, photos, videos, police report number, the works. The subject line? Official response to false HOA fine. I laid it all out, nice and neat. Your president broke the law, law enforcement. By that afternoon, I got an email from another board member, Linda. "We've reviewed your documentation. The fine has been canceled. We apologize for the misunderstanding." Translation: Karen got caught trying to play queen, but the rest of the court wasn't having it. But if I'm mowing my lawn and notice this little HOA violation flag stuck right in my front yard, grass exceeds HOA length standards. Really? My lawn looked like a golf course. I'd literally mowed it the day before. I look up and see Karen across the street, clipboard in hand, pretending to inspect someone else's house. We make eye contact. She gives me that fake smile, the kind that makes you want to hose down your driveway just to cool off. So, I set up a security camera that night. Next morning, there's another violation flag, this time for trash bins visible from the street. Except my bins were inside the garage all night. I check the footage, and there she is, Karen, sneaking across my lawn at 11:47 p.m. in a robe and slippers, planting that notice like she's starring in Neighborhood Spy Kids. I couldn't believe it. The HOA president, trespassing in the middle of the night. Naturally, I emailed the board again, attached the video, subject, Karen's midnight. Voices raised. It looked like a full-on intervention. And just when you think it can't get weirder, in comes the twist. Police cruiser pulls up, right as Karen's yelling at the board. Turns out, another neighbor caught her sneaking around their yard, too. She was door to door, planting fake violation flags, all to prove she was maintaining order. Except, one of those homes had a ring camera, and when the cops showed up, she tried the old, "I'm the HOA president" routine. The officer just sighed and goes, "Ma'am, being HOA president doesn't make you law enforcement." Another said, "Should we get her a flashlight and a badge?" I nearly cried laughing. Karen, protector of community standards, had just become the neighborhood meme. But she still wasn't finished. Later that week, she hand-delivers a final warning letter, all dramatic, written in red ink. Failure to comply with HOA cooperation standards will result in escalation. I looked at the letter, looked at my camera, and just said, perfect. Because now, I had more than proof, I had an audience. So, I called the HOA management company directly, sent them every email, video, and police report. Walking lawsuit. And then, things went viral. Someone posted the footage of Karen's midnight patrol to the local Facebook group, and the internet did what the internet does best. The comments were, "Savage, Inspector Karen, and the Yard Yeti were my favorites." Even the local tow company chimed in. "We know this lady." That's when you know you've officially gone from HOA royalty to the punchline at every block party. About a week later, I get a call from the same cop who'd towed her the first time. "Just a heads up, we're following up on a trespassing complaint. You'll probably." I sat on my porch with an iced tea, watching Karen spiral. She was pacing, waving papers, trying to convince anyone who'd listen that she was still in charge. The desperation was so thick you could. Claiming official business. The officer, cool as ever, goes, "Karen, we've talked about this. Being HOA president doesn't give you legal immunity." She screams, "I am the HOA. The tow truck. Board, leadership change announcement." Translation: Karen had been removed as president, effective immediately, thanks to complaints, videos, and one police report too many. The neighborhood lit up. Like it was the 4th of July, kids out playing, folks barbecuing, people actually talking to each other. Someone even made cupcakes that spelled out, "By Karen," in icing. And as for me, my driveway's been drama-free ever since. A few days later, a letter arrived from the actual HOA management company. No more Karen printer letters. "Thank you for your documentation regarding recent rulers. No more trash bin witch hunts." For the first time, it actually felt like a real community, not a dictatorship run by a woman with a parking problem. So what's the lesson? Sometimes, justice isn't a big speech or a dramatic movie ending. It's a neighbor with patience, a phone, and a little help from the local tow company. But let me ask you, when have you seen karma come back?